Hey, fam. I love you guys. So I wanted to come on today because as I was driving home, the Lord began to speak to my heart and He began to tell me that He always provides the lamb. And so the first thought that came to my mind when He said that was the story of Abraham and how he was in a predicament where God was doing a test of his heart to see if he really, really, really loved him, or if he would begin to love that which God caused him to wait a long period of time for before he received it. So it was at the point where God, told Abraham to sacrifice his son. And this was something that, you know, not even us today would have ever imagined that God, something that God had us to wait for so long, that God would ask us to let it go, to kill it, to let it die. Something that we want so bad, you know, and throughout this time with Abraham, even though Abraham knew that it was something he wanted and that he had worked so hard towards, by having faith and standing and trusting and believing that it could be done, and it took endurance. It took a lot of endurance. It's something that didn't happen overnight. They waited years before they got that promise. And now, God, you're telling me that I have to let it go. I have to kill my son. What you promised me? Really, God? And the reason why he has me speaking on this is because a lot of us are finding ourselves in this place right now to where we have been waiting on promises. And for some of us, the tables have turned. It's switched up. You could be somebody that was married and, hey, now you're getting ready to go through a divorce. Or you and your husband are not seeing eye to eye. You're separated at this time. This could be for somebody, with a job. Like God just opened up this door. Or either he, you thought that the door was going to open, but it's shut at this time. It's it's not a no. There is something that God is needing from you. And from a lot of us today, God is requiring for us to give more time to him. Is we have to come to a point where we understand that it's not a on and off switch. Just because God places us in positions in the natural, meaning like on the job, etc., we still have a duty unto God that must be done. So no matter where you are, your light is supposed to shine. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, we still have to put God first and want God more. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for the words to put together for decades. You hear me? Because the way I feel for God and the way that he loves me, I couldn't put the words together. And when I'm talking to God, I'm like, God, I don't want, when I'm trying to express to you how I feel in my heart, I get speechless. Like I can't put it together. And so I'm like, God, like I feel stupid. Everybody has such great, big, enormous, huge, words to say to describe who you are in their lives. And I have nothing. And so one day I was driving and I listened to Pandora and a song came to my mind and I put it on, and it was by Brian McKnight. And the name of the song was Every Beat of My Heart. And I'm telling you all, every lyric in that song, I just begin to feel, God's presence so strong. And that song describes every inch of my heart, every inch of my soul, everything within me. I want to love God with every beat of my heart. I am one who is not willing to, who is not willing to let anything stop me or come in between my relationship that I have with God. I've sacrificed opportunities. I've sacrificed things that God told me that, he was going to grant to me. And I'm telling you, every time I sacrifice these things, God never failed me. Especially once I finally got out of the mindset of thinking that God was working against me and not for me. When I was able to finally put down that mindset, I saw God in a way like never before. You see, we got to understand, you guys, God is going to always give us 100% of him. It might not look like it's working out for your good because you're currently going through a battle, but know and trust that all things work together for the good of those who love God. Abraham had a heart that loved God. And even though God was asking him to make such a great sacrifice, Abraham was willing to do it because he trusts God and he knows that God knows what's best. So he was going to sacrifice his son. And right before he could do it, God spoke, "No, don't do it, my son. I just wanted to see. I wanted to know your heart. I wanted to know, do you really love me like you say you do?" And I really feel so strongly that a lot of our what we say is being put to the test at this time. Will you really go the mile for me? Because you got to understand, when we are in Christ and we pick up that cross, it says that we can't look back. We're supposed to keep going. It's a constant thing. And you got to be willing to move when God say move, and shift how God needs you to shift in each season. Because if you don't learn how to do that, you begin to miss out on things. Not saying that God can't double back and re-grant it to you, but you're falling in a place of delay because God needs to know, are you really willing to go the full mile with me? I need you to stick with me when it looks like, I'm talking about when the enemy is hitting you and it looks like things not going to get better. I need you to stick with me. I have a plan. I have a turnaround that's going to shift things out to work in your favor. But I need you not to be angry with me. I need you to stay patient and endure with me, because I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. So why are some of us doing this unto God? Because things don't look like how we feel it should be. When God's love for us is an everlasting love. And look, when Abraham stopped because he was getting ready to make the sacrifice, what happened? God provided the lamb. So a lot of us, we get to that point when God asks us to make the sacrifice, we don't fully go through with it. We're not giving God everything that he's requiring and asking for us in that time. And then when we don't reap the full benefit, we get angry. We turn away from God because God lied. God ain't he's not there with me. He's not there with me. No, God is always there with you. He would never leave us nor forsake us. His word is bond. His word is true. It's time for us to come out of taking these baby steps with him and to fully learn how to serve God wholeheartedly with everything in us. Give us the same amount of love and actions that God give unto us. We could reap better. Most of us could reap better, but it is according to how see, one thing is our Our intentions, what's deep down in us, what we can hide from others, it's not hidden from God. God sees and God knows. And I don't care what you go through in this life. Know that if God is for you and he loves you, you will be chastised, because he's going to get out of you the things that you're able to fool other people. They can't see it, but God see it, and he know, and he gonna root it out. You might try to fight, you might get angry, but I'm standing right here and tell you to submit, because the sooner you submit, the more faster your turnaround comes. This is real life, people. 7 years I was you might as well say I was warring against God, because I felt like God was not gonna come through with me. I warred with myself in my mind, and I warred against God, because I'm telling you all things God was asking me to do. I thought I knew better. I thought I knew what was right for me. No, God, I'm gonna do it this way. No, God, you ain't showing up fast enough. I'm going to call this person. And I'm telling you all, God closed every door. Every door. You going to listen to me? Or you going to keep going through this here? I'm going to leave you right here. And God backed me in several corners, and it wasn't nothing I could do but sit still, because I still didn't think God was going to come through with me. Some of us, we be putting God to the test. And I was one of them crazy people. I did that. I put God to the test. I'm like, no, I ain't. Okay, I can get stubborn too. I'm going to sit right here. People knocking on the door. Well, I got to do something. Guess what? Ended up going right back to the same people that was working against me. Hoodoo, voodoo, all kind of stuff. But I still didn't want to learn. I still ain't want to do what God was telling me to do. I knew what was best. I make my way. Shh. God showed me. Sat my tail down until I learned how to serve him right, wholeheartedly. And I have been asked to give up things in my life. And guess what? When I finally got to that point where I understood, I let them things go. I ain't clean nothing. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I ain't learned that lesson until I got here where I'm at now. Because I used to be like, oh, I can't do this. I need this. But that's my mama. And that's my dad. I can't. I need somebody. And God had to teach me. You need me more. You need me more. And I had to learn them lessons. So I said bye-bye to some people. It hurt. I said bye-bye to some things, shoes, purses. I'm a purse fanatic. Love my purses. I said bye-bye to some things, but, I got it all back. And the same thing will happen to you. It's what's within that matters. Don't fight the process. Don't fight the process. Don't renege on your sacrifices. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about just sacrifice. This temple don't belong to you anyway. It's his. Sacrifice whatever God is requiring from you. Give it unto him from your heart. Don't give it to him just because he's asking you to do it, but give it to him because, you love God. You love God so much. Without God, you'll die. You're nothing. I'm nothing without him. I'm nothing without God. I need him. He's my everything. And we all got to line up to that, to his will and to his way. And you all be blessed, and I love you all. Oh, and me and Joe Brown made 11 years. Today is our anniversary. The first day we met, that is. You all be blessed. See you all next time. Mwah.